Well, let's talk business. The Central Bank of Nigeria says it has paid approximately $2 billion in its bid to clear the backlog of outstanding foreign exchange liabilities across various sectors. The Apex Bank, in a statement by its acting director, Corporate Communications Department, Mrs. Hakama Sidi-Ali in Abuja, said the benefiting sectors includes manufacturing, aviation, and petroleum sector. The bank also cleared up the entire liability of 14 banks and started settlement with foreign airlines, adding that it will continue settlement of verified FX backlogs, while emphasizing the resolve of the CBN to sanitize the financial services sector. Mrs. Sidi-Ali noted that the payment of FX backlog for qualified transactions had commenced and that the CBN had commissioned an independent forensic review by a reputable firm. Stakeholders have called on government at all levels to stop up corporations from exploiting workers, evading taxes, and creating a harmful environment in their pursuit of massive profits. The stakeholders believe these measures will help reduce inequality and pave the way for more equitable and sustainable global economy. Uloma Onyemachi reports.
In the world economy, a major issue highlighted in the 2024 economic report is monopoly of the market. This imbalance paints a stark picture of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. According to the report, almost 5 billion people worldwide have become poorer since 2020, projecting that if things continue at the current pace, it will take 230 years to eliminate poverty. This revelation serves as a clear call to action, urging governments and key players to address this inequality.
Globally, the world's 5 richest men have more than doubled their fortunes from $405 billion US dollars to $860 billion US dollars since 2020, at a rate of $40 million per hour. I mean, these 5 men, they are more or less, earning $40 million an hour.
The absence of proper taxation system in the country is also one of the very reasons why government is losing a lot of money.
Stakeholders insist the Nigerian government needs to intensify its effort against corruption.
So there's no way you can address poverty and inequality with that kind of mismanagement of governance in Nigeria. So we must sanitize the electoral process because we are under democracy.
If inequality persists, what we would have is anarchy. Today, the Nigerian people cannot enjoy service delivery or social amenities. Over 5 trillion naira was given as tax heaven. This is unacceptable.
Kidnapping has become a business in our country. We are all witnesses to it. And the duty bearers are doing little to check it, because somehow it still trickles back.
Highlight of the event was the unveiling of the executive summary on the 2024 World Economic Report. Still on boosting the economy across the world, Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima is currently in Davos, Switzerland, to engage with global leaders on socio-economic issues, which is why public discourse and engagement such as this is very vital to highlight the need to tackle inequality and alleviate poverty across the world. Uloma Onyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, the U.S. government has affirmed its commitment to aiding the Nigerian Customs Service in eradicating illegal wildlife activities, aiming to make Nigeria free from illicit wildlife trade. The pledge was made during a workshop put together by the Nigerian Customs Service Special Wildlife Unit in Lagos. Ifunaya Eze was there.
Emphasizing the service's dedication to combating the illegal trade of endangered species, Deputy Comptroller Haniel Haddison, representing the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, commended the ongoing efforts, anticipating increased prosecutions due to the Customs Service's continuous arrest across various commands.
We've been recording a lot of seizure because of the efforts put in place by the National Coordinator of the Wildlife Unit of Nigerian Customs Service. Because of the awareness created by these units, officers in the field have seen the reason why the continuous exploitation of these endangered species should be stopped.
The attaché of the United States Fish and Wildlife Service assured the Nigerian Customs Service of the U.S. government's support in safeguarding endangered species.
A lot of times wildlife-related crime doesn't rise to the top and is not seen as a real threat, but it really is. Wildlife-related crime is a multi-billion-dollar industry globally, and it needs to be addressed.
Assistant Comptroller of Customs in charge of the Special Wildlife Unit, Abimbola Isafiade, acknowledged the Customs Comptroller General's backing in the fight against illegal wildlife trade. She highlighted significant achievements, including the seizure of over 20,000 kilograms of illegal products in the last year and a half.
We are fired up to do the work. It's a different thing to want to work. It's a different thing to have support. And that's why, first and foremost, I said with the support of my CGC, it is, we are ready for the battle. Now, having the support of the U.S. government, it means that we have left and right support on all sides.
She revealed that alongside numerous arrests, the unit recorded successful prosecution of 12 cases within 2 years. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
The current bullish run at the stock market has been linked to early positioning of investment baskets alongside government's reform policies in the financial markets. Effiong Gekop has more.
The stock market has demonstrated a strong relationship between government policy reforms and sustainable investments. In an interview with TVC News, the acting CEO of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chemeka, explained that clear market issues touching FOREX rules and regulations directly influence the pattern of investments at the exchange.
Market itself is usually driven by a demand and supply sentiment, performance of the company, and then all the various elements of market hearsay. So the market for a long time was grossly undervalued. But because of all the reforms, we're beginning to see investors take interest in the market. And if you look at where the interest rates are and the rates of inflation, it does make sense to be invested in the capital market, especially on the equity side, to be able to hedge against all those sort of inflations.
While commending government incentives for the capital market, the NGX boss stressed the need for growth of the entire economy for overall development.
The exchange, we're constantly creating products, so we're looking to launch our single stock features, which is really an avenue for investors who feel that stock prices are overvalued to be able to hedge. And so to avoid all the usual massacre of a one-sided market, that product will really help to moderate the volatility that usually comes after a run-up that we have seen.
Equities trader Mr. Charles Fagroga warns that the market may apply brakes anytime on price jumps. He counseled mixed portfolios to achieve balanced growth and good earnings on investments.
The market has its own behavior, and it is because it is a market on its own. However, it's not operating in isolation. But I am trying to advise investors generally, always plan your trade and trade your plan. That is the only way you can, ride on this volatility, because the market cannot continue to go up and up and up and up.
Meanwhile, equities prices stayed tops following good outings by Bua Cement, Dangote Cement, Dangote Sugar, and MTN Nigeria. Over 1 billion units of securities were crossed in the market with a pointed value of 19.2 billion naira, showing strong interest in market activities. Many of the low traders with losses were the banks. Effiong Gekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Asian shares struggle to make headway today, weighed down by murky economic outlook in China and expectations the global rates easing circle may not come as early as some had initially thought. Chinese stocks plumbed multi-year lows as the dull mode over China's shaky economic recovery extended into a second day, while an escalation of geopolitical tensions also kept markets on edge. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside Japan opened the new tab with rose of 0.3%, but was still languishing near Wednesday's 2 months low of 490.45 points. The downbeat mood looked set to continue in Europe, with Euro Stock 50 futures dipping 0.02%, FTSE futures down 0.08%, and Nasdaq futures meanwhile gained 0.06%. China's blue chip and open new tabs tumbled to a 5-year low, while Shanghai Composite Index new tabs likewise bottom 2,760.98 points, its weakest since April 2020. Crude oil prices rose today as OPEC forecast relatively strong growth in the global oil demand over the next 2 years, while the market also eyed disrupted U.S. oil production amid the blast and tensions in the Middle East. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $73.06 with an upsurge of 0.69%. Brent also experienced an upward margin of 0.40%, selling at $78.19. Bonny Light recorded a decline of 0.79%, sell at $78.01 per barrel. And for the OPEC basket, crude dealers are offering $79.16 with a decline of 0.01%.